Hi, I'm Steve Finch. I'm the director of SHARE, which is the Stanislaus Homeless Advocacy Resource Enterprise. And we're here today. We were able to bring Pallet Shelters, which is a Seattle-based homeless shelter manufacturer, here to Modesto today to demo their product. It can be used to house people temporarily as they transition into a more permanent shelter. So, for instance, as transitioning somebody out of congregate living, moving them into a shelter where they're more of a family unit or individuals, and then getting access to those services and transitioning them into a more permanent residence.
My name is Ben Simons. I work for Pallet, which is a social purpose company that we're based up in Everett, Washington, and we are a manufacturer of individual shelters for people experiencing homelessness. So we have two dual missions. One is to end unsheltered homelessness throughout the entire country, and two, we also employ people with lived experience in homelessness in the criminal justice system. So we also invest a lot of time and money into those communities. What you're seeing here is our 64 square foot shelter. We also have a 100 square foot shelter and a 400 square foot community room that we're currently offering. This shelter is typically for single occupancy. Also, a couple, two friends can sleep in here. You can fit a bed on each side. The panels are made out of fiberglass reinforced plastic, and then there's a structural aluminum frame. So all inorganic materials. And the really big advantage of these shelters is that it's completely scalable and completely repeatable.
A lot of people ask the question about the cost of the shelters. They're substantially lower than what we're looking at right now with other transitionary type shelters that we're using. For instance, we're converting motels right now through the city, and I've had this discussion with a few people that are doing that sort of process. So that's costing us about $100,000 per shelter, whereas these are right around $7,000. So it's substantially less money to do this as a tier one type solution for people. So the difference with a shelter like this is that they're not always fully self-contained. Some of these are. They have larger shelters which do have bathrooms and showers and other facilities in them. So that's a possibility. If we go with a smaller structure that doesn't have that sort of thing, we would have to bring in, there would be a certain amount of cost associated with bringing in, temporary restroom structures and shower structures and that sort of thing, and or, maybe obtaining a piece of land that we could use permanently, and then of course bringing in, actual plumbing to that facility, and that's a possibility too with some of the locations that we're looking at.